The Reserve Bank today, in its annual report, has released the figure of the currency notes of rupees 500 and 1000, which were demonetized, which have come back into the banking system itself. Some people who have an inadequate understanding of how to tackle the problem of black money were confusing the demonetization exercise merely with how much money comes back into the system and how much does not come back. That was never the real object of demonetization. The object of demonetization was not confiscation of money. The object of demonetization was that India is predominantly a high cash economy, and therefore that scenario requires to be significantly altered. We intended to give a blow to black money, and for doing that expand the tax base of the country. And it is obvious that post demonetization, the direct tax base has already started expanding substantially. In fact, the personal income tax returns have increased by over 25%. And this is because of the fact that those dealing in cash currency were now compelled to deposit the money in the banks, and the anonymity which existed with regard to the ownership of this cash money operating in the system has come to an end. The money has now got identified with a particular owner. The expanded base of even indirect taxation, which is evident in the initial results, the deposits of the GST, is indicative of the fact that there are more and more transactions taking place within the system itself. So both the direct and the indirect tax base is unquestionably getting expanded, which was the prime object. The next object was that digitization must expand and the economy must get digitized in its payment mode. It climaxed during the demonetization period, and we are trying to sustain that momentum even after the remonetization itself has been completed. It was also one of the principal objects that the quantum of cash operating in the system must gradually come down. That was one of the purpose of demonetization. So rely more on banking transactions and digitization. And admittedly, as per the RBI report, the volume of cash currency has come down by 17%. So more taxpayers, bigger tax base, both in direct and indirect tax, more digitization, lesser cash in the system, integration of the informal with the formal economy. This was also one of the principal objects as far as demonetization was concerned. And I think there is far greater evidence now that that has started moving in the right direction. Detection of fake currency. And this is the first time that the RBI has undertaken an exercise where each and every currency note has now been scrutinized, and therefore the fake has been distinguished from the real currency in operation. Cash currency available with the subversive and terrorist elements. And it's obvious, and I've said this repeatedly, that both in Chhattisgarh and in Kashmir, the evidence of the cash squeeze is now available in the activities of the separatist organizations and the terrorist organizations themselves. And the best evidence is that by distributing cash, they used to be able to mobilize large number of stone throwers. That capacity completely has disappeared. It is unfortunate that those who have never fought against black money and when in power never took a single step against black money tried to confuse the object of the demonetization exercise as to how much currency gets eventually confiscated or how much disappears. Now that is not the real object of demonetization. The real object of demonetization was formalization, attack on black money, less cash currency, bigger tax base, digitization, a blow to terrorism. And we do believe that in each of these areas, the effect of demonetization has been extremely positive. Detailed data with regard to each of these points that I have made in a note which it's contained in a note which is being given to you.